The Kluge-Ruhe Aboriginal Art Collection is inviting people to see their exhibition, Our Unbroken Line, The Griffiths Family, before it's too late. For Arts This Week, we spoke with Laura Snyder and Margot Smith, who work at the museum.
Hi, my name is Laura Snyder, and I'm the Public Engagement and Communications Coordinator at Kluge-Ruhe.
I'm Margot Smith, and I'm the director of Kluge-Ruhe. The exhibition, Our Unbroken Line, The Griffiths Family, is currently on display in the Focus Gallery at Kluge-Ruhe until December 8th. It is an exhibition that is associated with our artist residency program. And Dora Griffiths and her sister Jan Griffiths, both artists, and Dora was the curator of this exhibition, just completed a 2-week visit at the University of Virginia as part of that residency.
So this exhibition features artworks from 3 generations of women artists in the Griffiths family. So Jan and Dora were able to visit us as part of the artist residency program. We also have an amazing large-scale work on paper by their mother, Peggy Griffiths, which really details the experience of being in her country. And we also have works by Dora, the curator's nieces, as well as multiple pieces by Jan Griffiths, both on ceramic and on paper. The pieces themselves are incredibly colorful and vibrant and joyful almost looking, and yet they hold for the artists a lot of history, a lot of story that has to do with painful events that have happened in the history of Australia. And they relate also to events here in our own country.
Today, President Biden is making a formal apology to First Nations Americans for the boarding school era and the atrocities committed against Native Americans during that period when children were taken away from their families and placed in boarding schools through a project to assimilate First Nations people. And it's very similar to what happened in Australia, and especially in Western Australia, where the Griffiths family are from, where children, often light-skinned Aboriginal children, were removed from their families and placed in institutions, boarding schools, in an effort to assimilate them as well. So First Nations people across the globe, have experienced this. And it is remarkable that today actually marks the day that President Biden is making a formal apology for this on behalf of the government.
The artists of Our Unbroken Line, the Griffiths family, they shared with us a little bit about the importance of having an unbroken line of culture that's passed down from one generation to the next, how they have been able to do that within their own family, and how important it is for them to pass down art making and all of the knowledge that comes along with that and the stories associated with the pieces. There's a beautiful work by Jan Griffiths in the exhibition that's a work on paper that shows water lily pads that has to do with an important story from her family, and it's titled History Beneath the Beauty, which is really a theme of this exhibition. How many families in the area of Western Australia and Kununurra, where the Griffiths family lives, were not able to pass down cultural knowledge from one generation to the next.
And for those who are not as familiar, could you tell us more about the work that you all do here?
Kluge-Ruhe Aboriginal Art Collection is, of course, part of the University of Virginia. We're the only museum in the United States that's dedicated to Indigenous Australian arts and cultures. We do exhibitions. We do a lot of programming throughout the year. We have classes for UVA students, both guest lecturing in other courses. We have interns from other classes working here at the museum. And we bring a lot of Indigenous Australian artists and knowledge holders to the United States to deliver their own knowledge with both students at the university, faculty, staff, of course, and the public. In addition to Our Unbroken Line, we've recently reinstalled one of the galleries of Shifting Ground with artworks that haven't been seen before, that were recent gifts to Kluge-Ruhe from printmaker Basil Hall. So even if people have come to Shifting Ground since it opened in March, they can come back to Kluge-Ruhe and have a new experience here and see some new work. And then next March, we'll be changing the whole main exhibition to an amazing, colorful exhibition of paintings in acrylic on canvas from the Spinifex Arts Project. So that's something to look forward to in March.
For those who are interested, how can people get involved and learn more?
Yes, so we have a volunteer program. We love to have volunteers join us in everything that we do and really use their abilities towards being involved with the museum. So please get in touch if you're interested in volunteering with us. You can find out about our upcoming events on the calendar section of our website, kluge-ru.org.
The museum is open Tuesday to Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and offers free daily tours from 10:30 to 1. You can sign up or learn more at kluge-ru.org. Arts This Week is supported by the UVA Arts Council and Piedmont Virginia Community College. PVCC Arts presents a rich array of dance, music, theater, and visual arts programming. Learn more at pvcc.edu.